Thank you for your time today. Before I start, I just want to say that while I was sitting here, I heard the two gentlemen that have sight impairment, and I was in my seat thinking, what would it be like to close my eyes and walk up there and not fall over someone or trip or end up on my face? I appreciate that the board members have volunteered to take the blindfold test, which I frankly would be hesitant to do. I've been before the board in January, February, and here it is March. I've delivered a considerable amount of documentation and evidence with concerns from my neighborhood and the community about the Milwaukee Light Rail line. My concerns and our community's concerns are the return on investment, which appears to be nil, the failure for the Trimet planners to consider the resolution from the LPA in 2008 by Metro to build a shorter, higher quality line terminating north of Kellogg Lake in Milwaukee. The final segment could be constructed in the future in a manner that is far less obtrusive on Clackamas County and the Oak Grove community. I would like to read a brief letter that I submitted to the Portland Tribune. I'll just highlight it for sake of time. Clear back in April of 2003, long before many of you were here, a study was conducted. A route terminating in Milwaukee was approved, and the downside of light rail is the parking and traffic issues. In 2004, an attempt was made to relocate a 600-car parking structure to what is now Kellogg Lake Park. Part of Kellogg Lake Park is known as Kronberg Park, which means I'm here to let you folks know you have an encumbrance there, thanks to the city of Milwaukee, not because of your own doing. I believe that encumbrance and I believe that issue led to extending the line across Kellogg Lake into the Oak Grove neighborhood. In our neighborhood, we call it Oak Grove Light Rail, not Milwaukee Light Rail. I believe there's been a considerable emphasis on satisfying Milwaukee's needs with little consideration for what happens south of there. After the fiasco of attempting to locate the transit center on the shores of Kellogg Lake, spending $150 million to locate a transit center at Park Avenue came about. Mitigating and offsetting the impacts of the federal requirement for appropriate design and mitigation at Kellogg Lake has been overlooked. I'd request an extra 30 seconds if I could. I'm going to leave some photos with you that show two potential crossings there. One at grade level, street level. The other an elevated design that runs from Milwaukee downtown across Kellogg Lake over Highway 99, towering above the park. The route then lands directly on top of what is now the trolley trail alignment. I find it ironic that Thursday we're going to have a dedication for the start of the trolley trail construction, when I'm going to leave you a photo of what this design looks like. I'm also going to leave a depiction of what it would look like with a graded crossing. There's a total inability to service that entire area with this probably a third of a mile long elevated structure. And the impacts to the neighboring businesses are just totally unacceptable. I do not come to you as an individual. I come to you speaking for a large number of people and affected stakeholders. I would appreciate that all of you take the time to put yourselves in the position of our community and look what we're getting for our money. We get a 350-car parking lot that could easily not be constructed. If you take the 350-car parking lot and move that parking elsewhere, You now are saving $140 million. You're also avoiding legal action for failure to mitigate and appropriately design the crossing at Kellogg Lake into our community. And I thank you for letting me talk over the time limit.
Sure. Thank you.